Phaneuf deflected the puck out of
100
play. That pass intended for Clark MacArthur.
You can see the intensity trying to build here as both teams. It's difficult for both sides. The players really want to get this year over with. The disappointment for both. And here early on, a simple wraparound, but Gleason doesn't get body, doesn't get puck, and a nice play by Turris. Trying to go across.
Select stop recording
and
button.
A defensive
Pause.
stick by Phaneuf foiled that little hack to the back of the legs of MacArthur after it.
Those two are pretty close as members of the Toronto Maple Leafs, MacArthur and Dion Phaneuf, so they get themselves into this game. Turris really telegraphed what he was going to do, didn't he?
That was a long pass, too. He didn't close the gap and try to
play, and you wonder what the season would have been like in Ottawa had they found this line right from the start of the season.
Yeah, you think you had balance. The Spezza line with Ales Hemsky has really fit in well, and Jim, is for both these teams, lots of decisions to be made, and you know that the Senators would like to have that piece that Hemsky has been able to bring to the Senators, but as an unrestricted free agent, having a good finish to the season here in Ottawa, you got to expect that he'll be dipping his toe into the free agency business.
And McCulloch is an unrestricted free agent as well, and all sorts of discussion about Jason Spezza's future. I wonder if that whole line could be gone when he stops play again.
And Gary, as you know, when you play in goal in Toronto, the focus is always on, and his numbers can be deceiving. A goals against not where you'd need it to be, but his save percentage has always been competitive at the NHL level.
The hardest thing for him to battle, I think, is the feeling that he thought he was on top of the situation here, and a great run in the playoffs and really decent numbers. And then the addition of Jonathan Bernier was a lot to handle mentally.
Well, at the other end, you look at the Ottawa Senators and their goaltending too. One of the biggest decisions that Brian Murray made was the trading of Bishop to the Tampa Bay Lightning. What's Craig Anderson's situation going to go? Robin Lehner has had his ups and downs this year and really hasn't been able to grab a hold of the opportunity he was given as well.
Recording resumed.
The defensive play of both these teams through the year that, Gary, it was on full view in that first period, wasn't it? The lapses that they've had.
Yeah, way too often pucks that were on their stick turned out onto their opponent.
Recording resumed. Pause. Button.
The puck around now.
James
You've just got to
Reimer has
Pause.
21
Stop.
shots
Pause.
come his way, and many of them just a quick return and another cycle game that the Senators have had some success with. Top of the slot, and a nice job of Reimer control.
Hemsky's trying to squeeze his way along the board here. Watch Clarkson come along and stick that left leg at him. Hemsky got up and turned around. He was giving it to the official. He thought that was tripping penalty, and I think he was right.
I think this is the right time, too. The last game of the year, an opportunity to get to your head and win the draw. Be in a position where you get that NHL experience and was able to help
these teams go end to end.
They went on a nice run right before the Olympic break leading into March, and then since then it's been all downhill, guys. 2 wins in their last 20 games. Only the
their life,
the boards over the head of Phil Kessel and all the way to St. Paul against Toronto, Gary.
We've been talking about the defense tonight, and of course, Morgan Riley and his skating ability, and Eric Carlson, we know what he can bring to the table. When we watch these guys, we're going to have some comparisons. Head up, they're looking at all their options.
Probably be invited by Team USA, but they've played a lot of hockey this year.
You look at Morgan Riley, same thing. Head up, moving, looking around, taking the options, continuing to move his feet. Those are good sides for his
Recording resumed.
Pause.
Pause. Button.
Disappointment of a regular season that you expected
A seller claims to have the first color footage ever of the Beatles, and the biggest steal of the season brings one buyer to the breaking point. Watch the season finale of 4 Rooms. That's tomorrow night at 8 on CBC TV. Turris to Clark MacArthur.
Pause. But more up. Pause.
One more game for Ottawa tomorrow on the road against Pittsburgh. This is it for Toronto.
Recording resumed. Pause. Button.
Heck of a follow through.
And now they're debating over where their faceoff's going to be.
Is that a Leaf sweater thrown to the Ottawa ice? Looked like it.
Yep. It's running rampant in Canada these days.
Is it ever? Wow.
Passion, guys.
With him. And an icing call here against Ottawa. With a 1-0 lead and 7.5 minutes to go.
Well, Pajot gets to the net well, but it's the turnover here. Pressure by Greening, turnover at the far blue line, and then as Pajot started it, he comes back to the net, and a nice little backhand pass, and Reimer with 2 good saves under some pressure.
Shots are now 34-24 in favor of Ottawa.
Same
Recording
message.
resumed.
He was the naysayer when they were winning games that you can't continue to play that way, and clearly that was held true.
And it's hard when you're winning because you don't, the guys aren't going to buy it. They're like, okay, but we're winning. I mean, things are going good. But then when things start to fall, all those things that you've been, not doing so well, they just kind of creep up, and then they're hard to get rid of.
But the same messages come from Paul McLean as well.
Right.
I mean, they're both broken records. I guess the question is, why didn't the players respond?
Well, if you're a general manager,